gained control of the U.S. Senate and beginning their new term as the upper chamber of the 119th Congress. That starts January 3rd, 2025. The size, though, the number of people, the majority is still unclear. But with every single race that's called, that number could grow. So we're watching all of it. As of now, Republicans have flipped 3 seats. In Montana's closely watched race, Republican Tim Sheehy defeated 3-term incumbent Democratic Jon Tester. In West Virginia, Governor Jim Justice easily won the seat of retiring Democrat turned independent Joe Manchin. And in Ohio, Republican Bernie Moreno kicked out Democratic Ohio Sherrod Brown. 18 years he'd been in office. Control of the House, as I mentioned earlier, is still up for grabs. Former Speaker Republican Kevin McCarthy says he feels confident, though.
He pulled the Republicans across in the Senate in a much larger number than anybody thought.
Right. Coattails.
Exactly, because when you carry it like Montana by more than 10 points, you break someone. When you carry Ohio, when you carry Pennsylvania, when you carry Wisconsin. But he's going to do that in the House. We're going to keep the House. It is a better climate for us to win in the House this cycle than it was the last 2 cycles.
Senior congressional correspondent Chad Pergram is always fabulous to break this down for us on Capitol Hill. Good to see you, Chad.
Harris, good morning. House Speaker Mike Johnson is bullish on chances the GOP will hold the House. In a statement released last hour, Johnson says Republicans should keep control based on the data. However, Johnson believed things would tilt in favor of the GOP last night.
I'm calling the candidates as they're calling the races. All of our friends were congratulating them. We got some awesome people joining the conference. We got new members coming in, and I think we're going to have many more. So it's going to be a good night.
But Democrats held key House seats in Virginia, New Mexico, and Michigan. It's notable that Senator-elect Bernie Moreno bested Sherrod Brown in the Buckeye State, even though 2 Ohio Democrats held their House seats.
And Chuck Schumer, if you're watching, thanks for the help in the primary, but you're fired, buddy. This is a new dawn of Republican leadership. With President Trump and J.D. Vance in the White House.
Uncalled Senate races remain in Nevada, Pennsylvania, and Arizona. In Montana, Tim Sheehy defeated 3-term Democrat Jon Tester.
As you all know, we couldn't outspend our opponents on the air. We couldn't beat them in the media, so we traveled the state. Grassroots, we burned a lot of shoe leather, burned a lot of diesel.
Outgoing Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell speaks to reporters shortly here on Capitol Hill. Senate Republicans will elect his successor 1 week from today. President-elect Trump could influence who he wants leading the Senate. It's possible Republicans could have 55 Senate seats, their biggest majority in 10 years. Harris?
Chad, we just got word, too, that Senator Mitch McConnell, who obviously then would lead the Senate if Republicans take over and have the majority, and they will in 2025, he's set to speak in about 10 minutes from now, and we'll take that live. Chad,
that's right. I'm heading there right now. And you know who was here last night? Mitch McConnell. I ran into him outside his office. He was surprised to see me, and I was certainly surprised to see him here.
Why the surprise? I mean, weren't they doing well? I mean, obviously.
Well, I think, frankly, he was probably prepping for this press conference, and also he's moving out. You know, there's going to be this leadership election, as I say, in 1 week. He is not endorsing anybody. He's going to remain in the Senate. He's going to go back to the Appropriations Committee. But talking to some of his staff, you know, he leaves that leader's office, and either John Thune